Welcome to chapter 3, post-lunch. I have a little exercise I want you all to do right now. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make all of you guys do the choo-choo train. Whoa! On 3, okay? You're doing it. On 3. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Okay. That's actually a scientifically proven method of boosting your energy and your mood. Anytime you feel like you need more energy or you're not very happy or whatever it is, get in your car and scream or do something stupid, and I promise you, you will instantly feel better. It's a psychological thing. And since you guys just ate lunch, I felt like we needed that. I might do it again later. FYI. Foundation posing for men. Posing goals for men. Our very first video. Let's go ahead and just review our goals in general. We want to go for masculinity, a chiseled look, strength, power. We're going to achieve that with stronger stances, lower angles, harder light, and more shadows. And because we've kind of talked about this already, I'm going to go ahead and just segue this right into the next section or that next video. We're going to go ahead and bring up our model. So Brandon, come on up. We're going to do our foundation posing framework for men. This is going to be so usually when we go through and do that kind of demo with our clients, I'll usually start with the guys. This is the run through that I'm going to give them a bit of guidance. So let's actually do what we're going to do. And what I want you to do is, Joe, can you get on the camera, get the camera tripoded and get a shot? Because we're going to go through and do a couple different images here so you guys can see what this looks like. So we want a wide stance. What we're looking for is the toes to go out, about shoulder width apart. If you spread the legs too far, you get the cowboy look, right? You bring the legs in too close, you get the diminished look. So what we're looking is to strengthen with a strong stance, shoulder width apart, toes going out. Joe, let me know when you're ready and then we'll do some shots. Toes need to go out, the spine needs to be straight. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna turn Brandon to the camera. And what I'm talking about is, Brandon, if you were to actually slouch, like stand, there you go. So there's a curve in his spine that goes all the way down. Now this is your lumbar spine, this is your thoracic spine, this is your cervical spine. If you guys have doctors as clients, which all of you guys do because many of our clients are doctors, actually use these terms because it's impressive that you actually know what these are called. Lumbar, we're looking for a curve, a smiley face. Just keep that in mind. We want the lumbar to be curved. You're gonna kind of push it in when you're demonstrating for them. The thoracic and cervical, we want straightened out. You're gonna get there by having them stand up tall, bring the shoulders back a little bit. And it creates that nice heightened look to him. So go ahead and go to the slouch again. Okay, do you see how his height just changed? Go ahead and go back. Okay, so look at the pen. I'm gonna make the pen the very top of his head when he's tall. Now go ahead and slouch again. How much do we lose? About an inch of height. So it's quite a bit, and it's very noticeable actually when you see it in frame. Stand up tall again. Okay. So we want to make sure that the spine is straightened. Next thing we want to do is, if you kind of go, you know what, let's go sideways again to the camera so they can see this. I want you to let all the air out of your chest and just let the stomach hang forward. There you go. Okay. This is not necessarily the best look, right? This is actually a diminishing look because we've taken the chest and we've actually shrunk it down and we've actually expanded the belly, which is the exact opposite of what we want to do as guys. So what you're gonna do is say, take a breath in, okay? Automatically it brings the diaphragm in and the chest comes and it gets expanded. So when you see it on camera and he's facing forward, you'll actually see, well, let's combine those few things right now. So go slouch again, go regular, and then let the belly hang forward, okay? And then look at the side angle of that same thing. Okay, now go back to the audience and go ahead and straighten the spine and then take a breath into the chest. Okay, he should open. He should have a stronger presence as soon as he does those things. We want him to relax the shoulders. Generally, you want to kind of let the shoulders hang a little bit and just kind of relax them. If you feel like he's not standing up tall enough, you can bring the shoulders back a little bit and it kind of makes the back straighten a little bit more. If he looks like he's got a lot of tension in the shoulders, tell him to hang the shoulders forward a little bit, and that'll release tension. Hands posed with purpose or at rest. We're gonna get to this in detail, but basically whatever the hands are doing, there needs to be a reason for why they're doing it. Neck is gonna be extended slightly forward, just a little bit, not to the point where he's turtling. Let me kind of show you what I mean. Extend the neck forward a lot, okay? So it makes him look like a turtle kind of, right? So I want you to stand up tall, okay? There you go. And then just kind of just bring the chin forward a little bit. There you go. So it's just a slight extension forward so that it's not, all we want is just to tighten up the skin underneath the jawline. That's it. Okay, one other thing I want you to remember with the neck is that it extends from the spine, right? So the neck, I've looked at a lot of photographs and I've tried to figure out why something looks odd. And we're gonna show you an analysis of that later on. But the reason why is because if you break the neck angle from where the spine is leading, so the spine is leading up right now. Let's say you lean the head forward and look down. The spine is going up and then all of a sudden his neck is jutted forward. It doesn't make sense. Now, if you were actually, like say, operating that camera, like lean over to the camera and like actually control it, his spine is gonna curve into it naturally, whatever he's doing. So then when his neck is doing something, well, my spine's already leaning into it and my neck is extending from there and it looks more natural. When the neck breaks from the angle of the spine, it becomes very odd, and you'll see it as we do it in a minute. For men, their walk is gonna be regular. So just a standard walk, toes out. Now I wanna show you a couple of these things in image format so you guys can see just how they make somebody look. Let's go ahead and okay, go back to Lightroom. You ready, Joe? Okay. So let's start from the top with your toes. And by the way, we call it foundation posing because through that entire thing, we actually worked from the feet up to the head. Okay? So that's the way that I like to work everything with my clients. Let's start with a diminished pose. I want you to actually point the toes in. Okay? Let the back and everything slouch and just make sure he's standing in the middle. Go ahead and pop that shot when you're ready, Joe.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. From a body language standpoint, what is this image telling you?
Wimpy kid.
A wimpy kid. What else?
Insecure.
Shy, insecure.
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here. Possibly might have to pee. You know, like when you have to pee, you're kind of like, okay. Open the stance. Okay, keep slouching on the shoulders, it's fine. But just keep this shoulder width apart. There you go. Go ahead and pop.
2, 3.
And keep the same expression so it doesn't look like, okay. So immediately, right? We haven't even corrected anything else. We haven't fixed anything. We've just gone from these two a lot better already, right? Okay. Okay, slouch. Toes are out now. Okay, pop the shot. Same expression. Perfect. Go ahead and stand up tall. And take a breath in on the chest.
1, 2.
Difference? Look at the chest expansion. Do you see how it naturally opened up gaps between the arms as soon as he did that? What else? You guys remember? Okay. Let's do one side shot. I want to do that slouch from the side, actually. Slouch from the side with the neck kind of down, and then just pop that shot again. Go straighten out. Extend the neck slightly forward. Okay. Curve of the back, the chest, everything. Neck slightly forward. Okay. Hands with purpose are at rest. There's a general rule of thumb. I think I read this in Roberto Valenzuela's book, actually, that if you pose one hand, generally you can let the other hand just hang. Doesn't need to do anything. So it's kind of a good rule of thumb. But let's go ahead and piece it all together. So now, open stance, strong stance, straighten the spine, take a breath in. I want one hand, let's go front hand in the pocket. Let's let the right hand hang to the side. Okay, chin up, extend forward slightly to the camera. Go ahead and bring the chin just a little bit into that light. There you go, look into the camera. I love the first one. Okay, we went from like, what? What is that? What is that? This little scared kid to like freaking a model, dude. He looks amazing in that shot. Very simple, very straightforward. Yeah? The guidance for him is incredibly quick and simple too. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that guidance of what it looks like for him in the next video. So let's go to the next video now.